Hello and welcome to TB3 Sports Talk. This is episode 89, and we have pretty big news, pretty exciting news. It's going to be a mostly Rays-related episode, and the Rays have been exciting in their own right, but there might have been something more exciting news that happened today, Joel.
I mean, they're exciting on the field, but I think more importantly, they're exciting right now off the field.
Yeah.
We have pretty breaking news, like it's nothing official yet, but the fact that there is kind of a name behind the conversation that have been happening for the last almost year plus, to hear the name, and you can say it, I can't.
So yeah, what Joel is talking about is, like we said, we've been talking about the Tampa investors buying the Rays. We're talking about selling the Rays right now. If you guys aren't, some of you guys are in the know, some of you guys aren't in the know, but we're talking about the Rays being potentially sold from Stu Sternberg to another owner/ownership group. And his name is Patrick Zubliski.
Are you sure, man? There's no B in there.
I think Zalupski. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's
Patrick
Zalumski.
I think there's a P. Zalupski. Patrick Zalupski. I'm gonna go with that.
All right.
Patrick.
One day, hopefully, we'll be able to pronounce your name with confidence.
Hopefully
when you sign Aaron Judge.
But yeah, he is based out of Jacksonville, and the Rays right now are in advanced talks to sell the team to a group led by him. He is a developer. He builds houses. There's a bunch of different other Tampa Bay, investors in the mix. Minority owners, stuff like that. And right now, the value that Stu Sternberg is looking to sell the Rays is been listed at about $1.7 billion, which is a hefty price considering something that blows my mind. Stu Sternberg bought the Rays for $200 million, so Stu could actually come out a pretty big winner.
How the times have changed.
Yeah. We were talking about this before the show, but it is just insane that the Rays got bought by Stu Sternberg for $200 million, and Juan Soto just this past offseason got a contract that was worth more than $800 million. Just insane to really think about from a just money, baseball, sports, society standpoint, all the whole shebang.
The dynamics of baseball have changed so much.
So Joel, you are the TB3 stadium guru, if you will, especially the Rays one.
It does give me goosebumps.
It does. So Joel, what would your initial thoughts? How should the viewers at home be feeling about this new rumor? Or it's not officially a rumor because the Rays did have a press release saying that they are in advanced talks, and they had no statement from either side, but they acknowledged the story, which is a big step, I would say.
I think there's plenty of reason to be excited. A couple of weeks ago, we mentioned the silence that was going on there for maybe 3 months now. The silence, here's the answer to the silence. The Rays have been behind the scenes working out a deal to my friend Patrick here, and this could happen within the end of the baseball season, maybe within the end of the year, and nothing's in concrete yet. But the reason why I'm excited is because Stu Sternberg isn't really behind it in a way. Like, anytime we get a new press conference for a new stadium, Stu Sternberg's the one who's going to sign the check. And at that point, it's like, that's not going to happen. But the fact that Stu Sternberg's handing the team off to somebody else, and maybe we don't know much about him yet, but he hasn't given me any reason not to trust him. So I have plenty of reason to be excited for this. Is it set in stone? No. But this is a owner who has ambition, who is excited for a bright future, and crossing my fingers here, but I would certainly hope he's not just in this to pad his pockets with 80% plus of the overall profit of the team every year. This is definitely a new era for the Rays, and if we can make this happen sooner than later, we were talking about it in the group chat earlier, count the World Series we're going to win.
Absolutely. Yeah. So a couple other names to put to this ownership group. There's, again, Patrick Zalupski. There is Bill Cosgrove. There's Ken Babby and other prominent Tampa Bay investors. They have no statement. There is Joel Sherman reported that the Rays are in advanced talks to sell the team to this group, but they are the only group that the Rays are talking to currently. That is a report from Joel Sherman.
I think that sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, I absolutely think that sounds like a good thing.
When you have the competitions, even with local ownership groups, like that's more time off the clock to kind of pair them together and have them compromise, you could say.
Absolutely. I completely agree. So, basically, Joel, from what I gather from this is we can be excited because it feels like the cogs are turning for the Rays. It feels like that we have something on the table. We are closer to getting a new owner and a new start for the Rays than we were, a year ago. But we should not count our eggs before they're hatched.
No, I mean, we as Rays fans, we know that the last 25 years plus, I'll go even further. As Tampa Bay baseball fans, we have been burned time and time again since like the 1980s. So we know more than most that you don't count your eggs before they hatch. One of the bright spots of this is that we don't have multiple ownership groups right now fighting for this. Mm-hmm. So I think that's part of the biggest reasons why we didn't get the 1993 expansion team was because the Tampa groups couldn't agree with one another, so they just said pass on us. Yeah, I think there is plenty of reason to be excited. Some of the big questions that still arise are if this ownership group buys the team, do they have enough money to invest into a stadium? Is the Tampa Bay region as a whole done with baseball and they don't want to give a penny to public funding of the stadium? Maybe, maybe not. So some of those questions are very much so still looming, but I think whatever it takes to get Stu Sternberg out of the picture is a big win in all of this. Once he's kind of gone, I think you'll see stuff kind of going like a snap, like back to back to back. You wake up every day, there's new news about stuff going on. And like we could be sitting in a ballpark by 2030 maybe. Like the 2030s could be the Tampa Bay Rays and their Tampa ballpark with a roof, and we're eating hot dogs. And I'll say this one last thing. I think another big exciting thing for me, and I know like some people will say it's steam and whatnot, empty noise, but I mean, it does kind of get hard when you see all these different clickbait headlines about all these things happening in Orlando, and you hear all these bystanders kind of coming around and saying like, "Oh yeah, I heard the Rays are moving to Orlando," and you're like, "No. The fact that the Rays have been silent means that there's good things happening in the background," and they're like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a fairy tale." It's like, no, it's true. And now today, having this headline, we can kind of see, okay, all that stuff was true. You can expect some of that Orlando stuff to quiet down now, and now we can finally move forward on the Tampa side of Florida with a new ownership and, Lord willing, a new stadium coming soon.
Joel, I have another ad there. I just saw a screenshot. Don't know how much of it is, but of one of the companies that is involved with this group, a screenshot of that, and a meeting with Mayor Jane Castor at some point down the line. So that could be something to at least monitor. And also, Joel, my other question for you, has there ever been a time in Rays history where we've had a name of an owner be kind of explicitly stated by the Rays like this before, and something's been backfired like that before?
I mean, like not in my like conscientious lifestyle.
I also have breaking news.
Yes.
The Rays have now taken the lead. They're up 10-8 against Baltimore. If you guys don't know, the Rays were down 8-0 in this game in the second inning, and now they've scored 10 unanswered runs to take the lead. What a ball game. We'll get to the Rays on the field later, but yeah, so I do think that it's like Dream Engineers something company. Look here, I just had it pulled up. I'll find it. But I just do think that there's a lot of reason to be more excited than hesitant when it comes to this.
For sure.
All right, here we go. Meeting date. May 12th, 2025. Oh, it was a past meeting.
I did see that. It was
11 a.m., Jane Castor with Principal Patrick Zalupski and his business Dream Finders Homes. So there's been a meeting with this owner and Jane Castor in the last month.
So that's exciting, but one area of hesitation I'll put onto that is that Jane Castor's last day in office is May 1st, 2027. She's already had her 2 terms, so she can't be reelected. So there might be a bit of a stall at some point. She's not going for the reelection period, so she could give it her all in all up until that last day in office. But that's interesting.
12-8 Rays. Wow. This has to be good news. It's magic. We're getting selling news and a 8-0 comeback in the same day. Where does this day rank in Rays baseball history? Is this a top 10 Rays baseball
said a second
day?
ago we haven't had a comeback win from 8-0 since 2014.
Yeah, this will tie our biggest comeback win
of all time.
It'd be a tied. We've had 8 before, twice.
That'd be nice.
Is this a top
Hey, I mean,
10 day?
Don't you remember what you just said? Don't count your
Yeah, but if the Rays hold on, is this a top 10 day of all time in Rays baseball history?
I think so.
I think it is. Like, this is awesome.
I mean, top 10 for sure.
Top 10, yeah.
I mean,
top 5? Oof.
I could put that in the.
I mean, you got like game 162. There's been a lot.
Wait. If we can look back in hindsight and see that the stadium deal or the new ownership deal goes into play,
yeah, it could be top 5.
I mean, like if it all goes to fruition the way that we hope, definitely top 5.
Yeah, but I mean, 162.
I mean, I'd go maybe top 3.
Wow. I mean, if it does go through,
like 162 World Series appearance like that day, 08, and then this, I'd go number 3.
Jeez, man. I mean, I can't even argue with that. That is amazing stuff. But yeah, I just, here's the deal. Monitor these names, monitor the news. We'll try to have more. You know, we'll keep you updated. We'll keep you up with the sources that know. You know, I always try to, you know, I'm trying to be a sports reporter, so maybe I'll get some sources. Maybe I'll get some scoops. Who knows? But it's just exciting. Very, very exciting to see the Rays make a move like this, to have the names confirmed by the Rays, and just to have a moment like this. It's awesome. Some
of the best people to ask, honestly, are the people who work at the stadiums.
Yeah,
like they're in the know. That gossip in the break room, it goes quick. It catches on fire. It goes quick.
And speaking of at the stadium, Joel, I went to Monday night's game, and I'll tell you the fans, if you have a chance to sit in the right field ledge with the table seats, those are amazing seats, man. That was one of my favorite ballpark experiences ever. Just based on I went with Luke, a couple of my other buddies. We were just chilling. We had table seats with backs. We had a table in front of us, so if we got some food and drinks, it's right in front of us, nice and easy to eat. You don't have to hold it up like you're in a ballpark seat. You could stretch your legs out. Just a fun day. 2 home run balls very close to me. Josh Lowe's bounced over my head. I was in the TV shot. So that was cool. Good view. Night game. Really good vibes at Steinbrenner. I'm 2-0 there. Still love going to Steinbrenner Field. It's an awesome experience. If you have a chance to go see the Rays in the right field, ledge, I would recommend it. It's TB3 certified.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and what's your record? Are you 2-0?
I am 2-1.
2-1. All right, 2-1.
Lost against the Phillies.
Oh, that's a tough.
That was a stupid game.
That's a tough series.
It was.
That was the one we blew. That was.
Yeah, because I said, "Hey, be sure it would be fun if this game was a little closer."
You did say that,
and then we lost.
Anything else in the stadium, Joel?
Oh, man, I had one more thing, but I forgot it.
Sorry, I rambled about the Rays.
No, you're good.
All right, if it comes back to you, but right now we are going to move along to the team on the field, because, man, last week we were kind of down in the dumps a little bit. The Rays, they lost 2 in a row to lose the series with Boston. The sky was not falling, but we weren't happy. Some cold offensive outputs, some bad pitching performances, which we still had. But, man, the Rays went into Citi Field and played the team with the best record in Major League Baseball. And they didn't win just one game. They didn't win the series. They swept the Mets. The Mets had not been swept at home the whole entire series, and the Rays went in there and swept them.
Plus a 15-run differential.
Yeah. They swept them, and they swept them with ease after that first game for sure. Offensive, explosions from the Tampa Bay Rays. So just to recap what type of Rays baseball we've seen since we last talked to you guys last week. We saw the Rays beat the Mets Friday night 7-5. That was a very, very fun game. A comeback game. Danny Jansen, huge home run to put the Rays on top. Rays win 8-4. Another big offensive output game. Rays win 9-0 on Father's Day. Who's your daddy, New York? It's the Rays.
I hadn't heard that. That's good.
And then on Monday, the game I went to, the Rays came out on top 7-1. They did lose last night 5-1, and right now they're up 12-8 in the top of the 8th inning against the Orioles. Offensive outputs this week, Joel. What has impressed you the most about these Rays games?
I think Danny Jansen. I think he had a hit in tonight's game too. He's doing all right. When he's doing good, that's how you kind of can tell that the whole offense is churning, that even some of the lower guys catch on to the contagion of the just well-rounded lineup.
Yeah, just so impressive. Let's look at just last week. I begged the top of the lineup: Junior, Aranda, the Lows. We gotta play better. And let's look at Junior Camanero's last 5 games: a .316 batting average, 2 home runs, a 1.119 OPS. And let's look at Jonathan Aranda. Jonathan Aranda should be an all-star, and if he's not an all-star starter, it's a crime against baseball. If he doesn't get voted in as all-star starter, it's a crime against baseball, and all the small market teams need to gather up, make an alliance,
charge the front office.
Any small market, Royals, Reds, Guardians, any of these small market teams, I'll vote for your players if you vote for the Rays. Let's make an alliance.
Ooh, that'd be kind of cool.
Let's make a pact. But Jonathan Aranda leads the first baseman in almost every offensive category, and it's quite frankly, he's been amazing. This is as of yesterday, but I'll still pull it up because man, it's just you gotta look at it. Jonathan Aranda, a .323 batting average, first amongst AL first baseman, a .907 OPS, first amongst AL first baseman, 14 doubles on the season. Second amongst AL first baseman, then 39 RBIs, third amongst AL first baseman. That's an all-star. If I've ever seen it, get this guy in the game. Anyways, he's been really, really good. .421 batting average in his last 5 games, a 1.206 OPS. And then let's slide on down. Bald Brandon Lau. Biggest hit of tonight's game, 2-run home run to tie it. A .455 batting average in his last 5 games, Joel. Wow. .455 batting average. He has a home run. He has a 1.136 OPS. He has 10 hits in his last 5 games, Joel.
That's crazy.
That is just insane. Jake Mangum. I love Jake Mangum. .368 on batting average, .929 OPS. He has been amazing. 7 hits in the last 5 games. You know what I've liked about the last little stretch for the Rays? Is the lineup has been very, very similar most days. It's been Josh Lowe leading off. It's been Brandon Lau second. Been Yandy Diaz third, who's been playing a lot better. Jonathan Aranda 4. Junior Caminero 5. Jake Mangum 6. That top 6, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. And I do like that the Rays have had more consistency in the lineup. I think that helps them put up bigger numbers.
You get into the ballpark that day, I'm hitting the 2 spot. I'm hitting cleanup today. Like that repetition just builds into the thought process of a player. Like I don't know where in the Moneyball era they decided that was a good idea. Like maybe they thought like, oh yeah, if the player doesn't know where he's hitting, he's always going to be on edge, and he'll be like snappy, ready to hit. But it's like I think that's proven itself wrong over the last 10 or so years.
Yeah, offense has been phenomenal. Any other batters that has impressed you before we get on to pitching?
On the radio, they said somebody had like a 450 OBS for the last month, and I don't remember who it was. It might have been
Well, here, hold up. I can do last 30 days, Joel. I got these splits.
One of the guys was like really high. You probably already said him.
Jonathan Aranda, a 446 on base percentage. That was in his last 25 games.
Just crazy.
Let's just look at our last 30 days, which is about 25 games. Junior Caminero, a 1.015 OPS. He's hitting .286. He has 9 home runs in his last 25 games. Crazy. Brandon Lau, 7 home runs in his last 25 games. A 1.020 OPS. He has a .381 on base percentage. Amazing. Yandy Diaz, a .356 on base percentage, an 845 OPS in his last 23 games. Curtis Mead, all right, bro, 12 games. I'm not even mentioning him.
Is it bad?
No, it's good. His stats are good. It's funny because Curtis Mead didn't play in 10 days until today, and they had him in the 2-hole, and he has 3 hits today, which is just pretty impressive for Curtis Mead.
He's an odd fella. You just never know with that guy.
That's what happens when you're Australian.
I was gonna say those Australians, man. You never know.
Everything's upside down. They're on the other side. It's all upside down.
True.
But yeah, just so impressive. Taylor Walls has been pretty good recently.
Yeah.
As much as
I hate the guy, he's having a pretty good season.
He's actually having like a career year.
Yeah.
Which is really funny to say about Taylor Walls because he's still hitting like 230.
He's going to have like a playoff moment for me to like him.
That's true. But it's still like he's hitting like 230 and we're all like, good job, Taylor Walls. Good job. Good job. But he's playing well, man. He's playing well.
It's like I hated Mike Brasu until he had a playoff moment.
And I will love him until the day he dies.
I'll love him the rest of my life.
Until the day he dies.
So Taylor Walls, you got to have a playoff moment and then we'll buy your jersey. We'll retire your number. We'll let you throw the first pitch. But up until then, we're gonna be mad at you even when you're doing pretty good this year.
All right, so Joel, maybe let's move to the pitching side of the ball.
Yeah, I think I'll close the hitting by saying it's good that we have the hitting that we have right now because it's really covering the wound that is our pitching staff.
It is. Pitching has been a little bit frustrating, a little bit from the bull. Actually, the bullpen has cleaned it up.
Getting a little bit better.
Yeah,
it's kind of like they were like, all right, it's your turn to stink now.
Yeah. I mean, that is funny. But it is very frustrating. Not frustrating. We were concerned about the bullpen last week.
Mm-hmm.
Manny Rodriguez goes down. We had that crazy game in Boston where it was 60 degrees and everyone couldn't hold the ball. So we were concerned. But, I mean, the bullpen's been pretty good. I mean, you look at, let's just look at the last week. Bullpen guys have been pretty good. Guys that have been standing out for me, Eric Orsi. I mean, Eric Orsi on the season has been really, really good. A guy that we traded Jose Siri for, and now he's a quality reliever for the team. I mean, he's got a 0 ERA in the last 7 days. Let's just look on the season, though, for Eric Orsi, because that's an interesting. Eric Orsi on the season has a 1.24 ERA. He has 27 strikeouts and 12 walks. A 1.1 or a 1.12 WHIP, an opponent batting average of 217. He's been really good. Uceda has seemed to kind of come into his own the last couple games. Mason Montgomery's been good. So I agree, Joel. The bullpen has stepped up. Maybe in lieu of starting pitching.
I mean, look at today's game. Like again, it's still going, but the bullpen, like almost single-handedly, like kept us into that game.
Absolutely, Joel. And even though the Rays were up or down 8-0, still keeping. As you chip away, as you make it 8-3, then you make it 8-6, I think, and then you make it 8-8. Keeping the Orioles at that number is such a huge key for a comeback.
Yeah. I'm not looking at like it right now, but I think the bullpen today for Wednesday has gone like 6 innings, no runs.
Yeah, Kevin Kelly gave up a home run. So he came in the second inning, but the Orioles have not scored since the second inning.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
7 straight innings.
Yes, 7 straight innings of scoreless. I mean, let's look. I mean, we could look at Pete Fairbanks is coming in, but I mean, we can look at Uceda pitches one innings. Joel, not only have they pitched scoreless innings, they have 5 innings in a row of perfect baseball.
Wow.
Uceda, Clevenger, Montgomery, Forrest Whitley, and hopefully Pete Fairbanks. Perfect innings closing out this game. Pretty crazy.
That'd be quite the way to flip the script of the game.
Then, I mean, to come back. I mean, this is a crazy game. It's hard not to talk about what's going on right now. But yeah, I think the bullpen's been good. But we should talk about the starting pitching. I like to start off with the good. So let's start off with the good, and the good for this week has to come at the game that I actually was at. And one Mr. Ryan Pepiot. I mean, this dude shoved on Monday night. He had 8 innings pitched. Another long start for a Ray. Kevin Cash has been letting those boys go long. 4 hits allowed, 2 walks, 1 earned run, 11 strikeouts. This is probably the best start of Ryan Pepiot's career. Probably the best start for a Ray this whole season. You can maybe say the complete game, but I would say this one personally. What a start for Pepiot. His ERA on the season is down to a 3.11. His WHIP is just above 1. He has 84 strikeouts and only 26 walks. He has been amazing, and it's come down to his off-speed pitches. Anything specific or anything else you want to say about Ryan Pepiot?
I mean, consistent at this point with some of these other guys being a little bit shaky from start to start. Like you can kind of look at him and say, all right, like he's at least going to keep us in the game. You
feel good about Rasmussen and Pepiot.
Yes.
You feel really good about them.
Those are kind of my 1-2s. Like if we got an end to losing streak, like hopefully those guys are coming up soon.
And then for all his shortcomings, you feel like you know what you're getting from Zach Littell. You feel
a lot of solo home runs.
I mean, solo home runs, but again, he'll keep you in the game. I mean,
a couple. I am not looking at the stats, but I feel like a couple of them might have been 2-run home runs.
Well, here's the thing. He pitched yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And again, this doesn't jump off the screen, but 6 innings, 3 earned runs. That's a quality start. He keeps you in the game, and that's kind of what you're getting from Littell every day. The wild cards are Shane Baz and Taj Bradley. So we had, and it almost feels like those guys are a little bit coin flippy right now. So let's talk about when it landed on heads, and that was on Sunday for Shane Baz. What a start for Shane Baz. Probably one of his best starts all season. 6 2/3 innings pitched, only 3 hits allowed, 4 walks, 0 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. Really, really good start from him. An interesting development for Shane Baz is the slider is a pitch that got hit a lot off of him. It wasn't one of his primary pitches, and he's been in the lab with Kyle Schneider, and they changed that pitch. They've added some miles per hour on that pitch for Shane Baz and turned it into a cutter, which changes kind of the shape of the pitch, the speed of it, and that pitch was effective for him. And his first start using the cutter, he has a good start. So that's a good development for Shane Baz. But then
I'll ask you a question with Shane Baz. Do we put him into the bullpen soon? Like, wasn't that kind of his origin? Was kind of a bullpen guy?
I think he was for a while. They've wanted him to be a starter. Right now, I would say I think it's more likely for us to send down a pitcher to Durham and try to help him develop as a starter in Durham than put him in the bullpen.
Right.
And right now, the guy that's kind of it's just unfortunate is Taj Bradley. Taj Bradley has had his ups and downs as a Ray. He's had his up and down this season, but right now it's just not looking good for him. Tonight he gave up, I think it was 7 earned runs. In his last 3 games, it's not been good. It started off against Miami, 4 innings pitched, 7 earned runs allowed. Then against New York, 4 innings pitched. Did that say 0 earned runs? There's no way.
Was it an error or something?
Yeah, but all right. It says 0 earned runs. I'm not buying it. I'm pretty sure it was his own error. He only went 4 innings. That was not a great start. And then tonight, 1 1/3 inning pitch, 6 earned runs allowed.
I think I did the math a minute ago. It was like 9 innings, like 20 runs.
Tough start. And Joel, I'll ask you a question. Like, what would you do with Taj Bradley? You know you have Joe Boyle in Durham. You know you have Kyle Gibson in Durham. I don't think that's who they would go to. But Taj Bradley, I can double check, but he should have options remaining. What would you do with Taj Bradley?
I usually don't agree with Kevin Cash, but on this one I agree. I think the last thing you want to do with a guy like him, still like on the younger side, you don't want to demoralize him by, putting him in the bullpen or even sending him down. I think if this is your guy, you have to probably let him go to the All-Star break and hope that he finds it.
Okay, I agree. I think I agree.
I think that's what Kevin Cash is going to do.
I think that I for sure agree that I think that's what Kevin Cash would do. If I was in his shoes, I would definitely give sending him to Durham some thought. It's a little demoralizing, but it's something that we've seen people come back from. I would definitely give it some thought. I think it might be better to let him pitch it through, but it's frustrating. It is frustrating. Like, obviously the Rays look like they're gonna, come back with this miraculous win today, but it's just he's having a hard time keeping the Rays in baseball games, which is something that when you're a good team, you want to have your starting pitcher keep you in baseball games. It's something that the Rays starters have done so well this year, but the last 3 games for Bradley have just not been good. It comes down to, I think, his command. I've never really been a huge fan of Taj Bradley's secondary stuff. I know he added that splitter last year, and I know it's been pretty good for him. But to me, I just think the combination of the splitter and cutter is just, it's too flat, and it's too sporadic. The pitches are thrown so hard that they seem like it's hard for him to control. I know the curveball's been a solid pitch for him, but it just seems like his off-speed stuff is too sporadic for him to be effective. I don't know. I don't know if it's changing something in his arsenal. I don't know if it's just, allowing him to get more command. I don't know if it's just he's going to be a coin flip pitcher for the rest of his career. I don't know what it is.
I think with either him or Baz, I think one of these guys, by the end of the year, I would like to see them in the bullpen because I think they'd be very, very effective.
Yeah, that's fair.
You only have to worry about an inning, maybe two. Give it the whole tank of gas, and light people up.
I think Taj Bradley could do well in the bullpen situation.
Yeah.
I think Shane Baz could too. I would prefer Taj Bradley in my pit.
I would too. I think the ceiling on Boz is higher, and I would like to see him figure it out.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I think it's a good idea, Joel, actually. And hopefully if he was going to the bullpen, that would mean Shane McClanahan is coming back. Got some good news on Shane McClanahan.
Really?
He was back throwing 90 feet. And Kevin Cash said the quote, "I hope Shane has some peace knowing that he should be back throwing soon." That's all he said.
Maybe post All-Star break.
That would be the hope and the goal.
Yeah.
I would assume. And that if that happens, I'll be happy.
Yeah,
I'll be happy.
The return of the king.
Yeah, if we get him back, shoot. If
we get him back, it's pretty much automatic that one of those guys goes to the bullpen.
Yeah, or they do 6-man.
Oh, no, Lord, please, no 6-man rosters.
Yeah,
no 6-man rotations. Those I don't think I've ever seen a time that worked.
All right. Well, then I would, and then or just go to Durham. I don't know, but it's definitely going to be.
Guys need to be throwing more pitches, less pitches, and you're going to have a Tommy John factory.
Yeah.
You may as well just open a Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, it will be interesting because there'll probably be a couple weeks of McClanahan being built up, I'm assuming. But that might be in Durham. I have no idea.
He'll for sure need a long rehab.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Stint.
And Ha-Seong Kim should be back soon. We get those two guys back and maybe a trade deadline acquisition. This team's legit, man. Like a serious contender. And I even think they're a bit legit right now. Like they really have all the aspects of how to beat you in a baseball game.
And I think there's some hope that they have, knowing that they could have a new ownership group by the end of the season. Like,
wouldn't that be so cool if it happened and like immediately the Rays spinned it at the deadline? Like, would that not be?
Yeah, that or like, what if we like won the World Series? Like Stu signs the team away, and then bam, we win the World Series.
Oh, that would be awesome. It'd be the curse. The curse.
That'd be like the hey Stu, you suck.
The curse of the Stu Bino.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love that. I would just love for the Rays to win the World Series, just to be clear. Yeah, I really do think I really like Rays win tonight official. They're 41-33 now. You look at the standings. Because we haven't really done a full standings check recently, and I think if you haven't been looking at the standings, you'd be surprised. Wow. With tonight's win, the Rays sit a game and a half back of the New York Yankees for first place in the American League East.
Did they lose today?
They did. They are on a losing streak. Yeah. Wow. The Rays are only 1.5 games. They are 3 games up in the wild card. They are the top wild card spot right now.
Yankees are on a 6-game losing streak.
Wow. And this is I expected this. The Yankees were playing above their capabilities, and now they're coming back down to earth.
But our whole division outside of the Yankees are doing pretty good.
Yeah, Toronto has been a really surprising team, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, they've just been winning a lot of baseball games. And Boston,
it makes sense. It's like they've been built to win for the last 10 years.
Even Boston.
8-2 in their last 10.
Even Boston, with their crazy freaking trades that they've been doing, are still playing good baseball. Did you see that? Rafael Devers over to the Giants. For a bag of potato chips. It's crazy.
Maybe it's just a way to light the team up.
I don't know. They're
8-2 right now in the last 10, so we'll see where they are at the next 10 games.
Yeah, it is. That's a crazy trade.
That's so early in the.
They didn't even listen. Like they listened to a couple offers for him, and they just got rid of him. They didn't like him. There was some beef between the general manager and him. Yeah, let us know your thoughts on the Devers trade. Let us know your thoughts on the Rays. Again, very, very excited about tonight's win. Anything looking back before we look ahead? Any players? We talked bullpen. Oh, I will say one thing. Forrest Whitley, we acquired him from Houston. He was DFA'd, a former top prospect for the Astros, now into our bullpen. He's pitched 2 scoreless innings so far with the Rays. The Rays, they saw something with Forrest Whitley's cutter, which is a pitch that he didn't use often, and he went from using it about 9% of the time. I'm gonna pull it up just to be fully correct on the show. I'm gonna pull up what I saw. Shout out, I saw it on Instagram, so you can go there. Here we go. Forrest Whitley used his cutter 9% of the time before coming to the Rays, and then last night and he pitched today, he threw 58% cutters. And that was by stuff plus his best pitch. So the Rays found something with Whitley. He could be another reliable bullpen arm. He was the Astros' top prospect in their farm at one point. So if they tap into him, he could be a weapon out of the bullpen. And that's just something the Rays do, is find these cast out people, and they make them, and they renew them, and they bring them back. So that's another thing. But anything else, Joel?
I'll go ahead and give Pete Fairbanks some love.
Yeah?
As much as I hate the guy, I was looking at it. It looks like he's only given 2 runs in his last 10 innings, so that's good. Good job, Pete Fairbanks. I'm not mad at you right now, I guess.
Yeah, there we go. Let's look ahead, Joel. You ready to look ahead to some Rays baseball? All right. So, all right, phone, let's work. The Rays, they will look to take 3 out of 4 against Baltimore tomorrow night in Steinbrenner Field. That series, that will be Charlie Morton versus Drew Rasmussen. What a pitcher's duel. Charlie Morton has been pretty awful this season.
But his last start was pretty good.
Yeah.
And he's going to do some Rays magic.
Yeah,
so
it always seems like...
You can jot that one down as a loss.
Zach Eflin didn't do that, though. Zach Eflin got mashed on when I was there. It was glorious to see.
Okay, well, one's like a borderline Hall of Famer, and the other guy's Zach Eflin.
Oh, Charlie Morton has a 6 ERA this season.
I mean, like, you might be able to, like, whisper that, like, you might hear a whisper of him maybe making the Hall of Fame.
I don't think so, but there's probably whispers. The Hall of Pretty Good. You're on Instagram, but that's a really good account you would love.
Oh, that's funny.
Denard Span made it in the Hall of Pretty Good.
That's
yeah.
good.
And
I would say I would put Charlie Morton in the Hall of Great.
I would say Hall of Pretty. He's a Hall of Pretty Good legend. I don't know if he's Hall of Greats. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if he's Hall of Fame though. But yeah, Morton versus Rasmussen. Good to see Rasmussen on the mound. Had a solid start against New York. I think he's due for a banger start. And then this will be a fun series. Steinbrenner Field this weekend. The top team in all of baseball, I think. Another weekend series against the top team in all of baseball, the Detroit Tigers. The team with the best record in baseball, 47-27, will come into Steinbrenner Field for 3 games. Let's see if we're playing skoo ball. Jack Flaherty versus Shane Baz on Friday. Then on Saturday, a 12-10 game on Saturday.
I was trying to see why that was, because we have a 12-10 on Sunday, too.
Well, I know they've been doing Pepio versus Gibson Long. They're not doing 1 o'clock games at Steinbrenner anymore.
Oh, so any 1 o'clock to 12 o'clock?
Is at 12 o'clock, yeah.
Interesting.
Which is, don't love. And then Sunday, 12 o'clock. Again, don't love that either. Wait, that's Saturday. So, yeah, 2 12-10 games is crazy.
Saturday and Sunday, both 12-10. It's annoying for us churchgoers.
So, again.
Bring back the 140s.
We're definitely getting to a game on Sunday, that's for sure. No screwball this series for the Rays. They miss them. Mize versus Littell Sunday. Gibson Long versus Pepio Saturday. Flaherty versus Shane Baz Friday. And then the Rays will go back on the road, and they will face the they'll face the Royals next week for a Tuesday through Thursday series, and they'll also they'll go to Camden Yards to play the Orioles next weekend. So, I mean, thinking about let's say, hey, will the Rays win that game tomorrow against Charlie Morton? I'm assuming you're saying no.
No, I'm going to go no.
I'm going to go yes. I think after you blow an 8-0 lead, I don't see you beating the team the next game. That's just my personal opinion.
Charlie Morton's going to be so mad. He's going to be like eating baseballs.
Hey, I can't even hate on Charlie Morton. I'll probably, if he does that to the Rays, I'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, me too.
I love Charlie Morton. And then Tigers this weekend, 3-game set. Will the Rays win that series?
I'll say yes.
I like the way the pitching matchups favor out. I'm gonna say the Rays take 2 out of 3. This is a great series.
I'm feeling positive. I was trying to weigh that one out.
Yeah, but I really do think the Rays are going to be able to take 2 out of 3, which will be fun. And then Royals next week on the road. That feels like a series loss. I'll say they'll lose 2 out of 3 of the Royals.
I thought for sure you'd go double positive. In my mind, I feel like they would be going 3-3, but they're playing good. I'm gonna go 2 out of 3 for both series.
All right, okay. Any person talking to you and whispering in your ear about a home run?
Let's see if Danny Jansen can get it.
All right, I like that. Yeah. I like that. I'm gonna say Jose Caballero gets in the one. He almost hit one at the game I was at, and I just feel like he's due for a home run. So I'm gonna say Jose Caballero. But yeah, who do you think is gonna hit a home run this next week for the Rays? How do you think the Rays versus Tigers series is gonna go? One of the best series in all of baseball. Maybe they should have made that Sunday night baseball, so the Rays could have got out of the sun.
The Rays haven't had a Sunday night baseball game in so long.
2021.
I forget those exist.
Yeah. They're just like, hey, let's use the same 6 teams the whole freaking season. And
it's like nobody even watches those games.
Yeah, it's
not like it's like Sunday Night Football or something. Like it's like, oh yeah, there's a game on.
I mean, yeah, if they actually did the best teams, they would get people to tune in. But they just do the same mediocre big.
I mean, that's part of the problem is people forget about it. It's like it's like there ain't a Giants fan out there that remembers their Sunday Night Baseball. It's like nobody in Cleveland's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Sunday Night Baseball. Watch that every week. Yeah. It's like it's only like Boston and New Yorkers watching Sunday Night Baseball games.
True. And again, I guarantee if you let these small market teams, they would take it seriously.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, like even us, like Bucks get a primetime game. If we got a Sunday Night Baseball game, we'd be excited for that.
I mean, you're putting it into the kind of the habit of a baseball fan. It's like, oh yeah, there's a Sunday Night Baseball game on.
Yeah.
Like I honestly thought they discontinued those.
Yeah, I mean, again, I can't tell you the last time I sat down and watched Sunday Night Baseball. It's been a long time. Yeah, so I'm right there with you, Joel. Put some more teams on Sunday Night Baseball. But yeah, it's a big series. Let us know how you think it's going to go. Let us know your thoughts on the Rays Stadium, the new potential ownership group. Will it go through? Are you guys positive? Are you guys hesitant? Are you guys pessimistic? How are you guys feeling? Yeah, Joel, we got anything else?
I think I'm good.
Thank you guys for listening to episode 89. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on X. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Comment down below. Hit the like button. If you're on Spotify, hit the 5 stars. Hit the follow button. And have a beautiful and blessed night.